friends, my fans, and all my listeners. Welcome to another edition. FMW, we about to go live. I mean, we are live. We live in the studio. May 5th, 2025 has arrived. All praises due to the Most High for another day of life, another day of privilege, another day basically to share and receive information. It's a crazy world that we live in. I'm sure y'all all know that. And every day I got a lot of questions that it ponders my brain about some of the things that I be thinking of. Like, for instance, today, right? Me and my son, we was riding. And we pulled over to a gas station, and, there was a less fortunate brother there, He's always there. A few times I came through there, I, blessed him. So this particular day, he's getting his usual, begging thing going on. He's getting that in the shop. He's asking. So he asks us for a Pepsi. He says, "Hey man, can you give me a Pepsi when you go inside?" I wasn't really in a really good mood at that particular time, to be honest with you. I was like, listen, man, I don't really got no money. I got cash, I got my card, but I ain't got no cash, and I be hitting you off. But I didn't really feel like going through that. Today just wasn't that day for me. I went inside because I wanted me a Pepsi. I wanted me a Pepsi and a bag of popcorn. So, that's what I did. And my son got what he wanted. And he was walking out, the brother's looking as if, he expected us to make sure that he was going to get his Pepsi. And I saw the look in his eyes, and I was, digging in my bag of popcorn. I was getting busy. And I got in my car, started up, and I drove off, right? But then as I turned the corner, I started saying, "Damn, man, let me go get that brother something," because he didn't ask me for no money or no change or nothing. He just said, "Can you give me a Pepsi?" So what happened was I went back and I said, "Yo, I'm gonna get the Pepsi for you, man." He said, "And the pizza." I said, "You fucked up." And I turned back around and went back to my car. I ain't gonna cap. I did. I said, "You fucked up," and I just went back in my car and I told my son, I said, "Yo, I went to go buy him the Pepsi." He tells me now he wants a pizza too. And I just said, "You fucked up," and I just jumped back in my car and drove off. But then again, my consciousness was like, that ain't the move. That ain't how you get blessings, Funk. That ain't how you get blessings. So I turned back around. I said, "You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the chicken spot, man. I'm going to get that brother a couple of pieces of chicken, hot, give it to him, So that's what I did. We went through the driveway. The drive-thru. And we got the chicken, drove over to the gas station again, and I called him over to the car. I said, "Hey, brother, I got something for you." He comes over to the car, and I hand him a bag of chicken. He goes, "I don't want no chicken. I want pizza." I said, "What?" He said, "I want pizza." I said, "You should have never said that." So what did I do? I called the next homeless man over. I said, "Hey, are you hungry?" And he ran right over to it and grabbed the whole bag. And I drove off. So what's the moral of this story? What's the moral of this story? I mean, even the homeless, they haven't learned that beggars can't be choosy. That's the point. Be grateful for what you get. Be grateful for what you get. FMW. It's Monday damn night, y'all. Yo, Bob, you feel me? We are live in the studio. Yeehaw! Woo! What y'all want from me, man? I'm keeping it real with you, man, okay? Beggars just can't be choosy. What y'all want? What y'all need? It's the funk, baby.
Whatever we want.
Okay.
We want that groove from the back of the truck. We don't want to listen to garbage and junk.
Cause we want the funk, then give us the funk.
So crack the bottles and let's get it crunk. Pass me the bumps and pass the lemon.
Oh, we going crazy tonight, y'all.
When it comes to this line,
hey, yo, listen.
Funk is going live.
We in the studio, baby.
Funk is going live.
Are you with me? Are you with me? Boom.
Thinking outside of the box.
Oh.
Yes, they be trying to be sly.
Okay.
Talking a lot, but ain't calling.
Hey, yo, listen.
Put the mic down.
Get a broom and a mop.
If you like it loud, then we turn it.
We turning it
Like
up.
your shit raw and
Blowing the club.
stand with your hand on your nuts.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Cause you one of us. Hey, yo, what y'all want? Tell me now. I'm right here, baby. I'm live in the flesh. The original hardcore underground hip-hop pioneer. Y'all know what it is. The Bellevue patient is back. Funk Master Wiz.
Funk is going live.
We live, y'all. In the studio. Live. You heard me? Funk is going live. It's the funk, baby. What y'all want?
We want the funk.
What y'all need?
We want the funk.
Here I is.
We want the funk.
I got you. I got you.
Want the funk.
What y'all want?
We
Hey, yo, tell me what y'all need.
want the funk.
I got you.
We want
It's the funk, baby. We are live in the studio. Woo, May 5th, 2025. It's Monday night. Oh, yes, it is. And I got some questions. You know, life always, brings about moments where, you ponder, you think about things, and things just pop in your mind. Somebody could give you a phone call and you start thinking. You might see something on television, you start thinking. You might be on the chat line on social media, you start thinking, you start asking yourself questions. I got a question I do want to ask myself. Maybe somebody can help me out there. Something has been pondering my thought process for a moment now. And I haven't really gotten any answers on it, so maybe y'all can help me out tonight. My question, I got a good one. How did Remy Ma become a member of Terror Squad? Can somebody, I don't know the history behind it. How did Remy Ma become a member of Terror Squad? That's Fat Joe and them. How did she become a member? I don't know the history of that. It's a question that's been in my mind. How did she end up as the only black sister, only FBA, the only foundational American woman down with Terror Squad? Now, we all know that Terror Squad is an all-Latino organization. And they have very, very, very strong Puerto Rican Latin cultural principles. Okay? They got their own cultural Latino principles about how they do their thing and how their culture is lived on. So, my question is, how did Remy Ma, who's a FBA, Foundational Black American Woman. How did she end up being down with this organization? How did they select her? I mean, they don't even have any black men. No foundational black American men down with the terror squad, but they have a foundational black American sister down with the terror squad. How did that happen? I mean, we might as well talk about it. I mean, we over here dissecting Fat Joe's latest allegations and lawsuits and TA ghostwriting and we you know, he's the topic of discussion again. So we might as well, you know, put him under the microscope. We got to go balls deep in this one though. We got to go balls deep under this investigation because there's a lot to uncover. Now, if anybody is out there listening or checking out the show and you got an idea or you know something I don't know, let me know. How did Remy Ma, foundational black American sister, end up in the terror squad, which is an all-Latin organization? How did that happen? Let me ask you this then. Let's start like this. Is Remy Ma an artist? Is Remy Ma's Fat Joe artist? Let's start right there. Okay, is Remy Ma an artist signed to Fat Joe? Let's start right there. Is my little peak showing? Let me see something. Oh shit. Is Remy Ma a hype person? I don't know. Can somebody tell me that? Is she an artist signed to Fat Joe? Is she a hype person? Is she a backup vocalist? I mean, I don't know. Is she a what you call that? Is her stage presence needed? I mean, does Fat Joe need her to be on stage with him? Are they a tag team? Is this a Ike and Tina Turner situation? I don't know. But I like to ask a couple of questions. I pause. No cap. But I need to know. I need to know what's Remy Ma, let me get that right. What's Remy Ma's role in the terror squad? That's all I want to know. What's her role? I mean, that's an all Latino organization, and she's a foundational black American woman. What's her role? I don't know. Can somebody help me out? Because I don't want to assume, and I don't want to be running my mouth because I don't want Fat Joe to try to come sue me. I mean, you know, we from the Bronx. Shit happens. Yo, I seen a whole lot of collaborations, though, in Remy Ma's career. A lot of collaborations going on. A lot of features and, you know, but I haven't seen no real specific direction for, you know, her career as an artist. If she's an artist, you know, I don't know her role. That's what I'm trying to say. Is she a backup singer? Is she a hype person? Is this a Ike and Tina Turner situation? I mean, you know, there was an interview though. People was talking. And in fact, Remy Ma was talking about how she got introduced to this whole hip hop thing and, you know, how it all went down from her perspective. In fact, she actually said, I believe, damn, I ain't heard it in a while, but I think it was something about she met Big Pun first. It was rest in peace, Big Pun. I think it all started with her and Big Pun, really, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, I don't really know too much about that. I'm going to have to, you know, hit up the street team to see if, you know, they can fill me in on anything. But yeah, I just remember it was Big Pun. I think she did Big Pun first, way before Fat Joe, you know, she got with Fat Joe. But yeah, I know she was young too. She was young. I'm not going, don't quote me, but listen, they say elementary school. That's how young and that's how far her and Big Pun go back. Rest in peace, my brother. And it's just evident that she was young in elementary school and something about, you know, she gave Pun a number. But listen, let me where my phone at? Let me see something. Let me see what's going on with the streets, man. Let me see what they talking about. Peace. What's good? Hey. Y'all know what it is. We live. We in the studio. What's good? Listen, yo, I need some audio or anything that you could pull up for me on Remy Ma and the Terror Squad, Fat Joe, Big Pun. You know that whole thing. Because my topic for discussion today is basically how did Remy Ma become a member of Terror Squad? That's what I just wanted to talk about today. Yeah. You got something? Yo, send that piece right now. Yo, I love you too, player. Yo, listen. Salute! You already know. Yo, the streets is talking. They're already talking about it. I ain't got to say a word. It is what it is. It's the talk of the town. Well, listen, let yo, Bob, see if they when they send that over to you, you send it over to me. Yeah, okay. Damn, that was quick. Shit. Let me see if it came up on my screen. Okay. There. Oh, shit. Okay. Yo, we got it, y'all. Street team is on their job today. They got it. They got it to me. It's an interview with Remy Ma. And she goes on to talk about how, you know, she got introduced to hip-hop and, you know, whatever, I guess. But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna run that audio tape for y'all. Let's get that audio tape up and playing for the folk, y'all. Yo, let that go, Bob. It's good.
I went to my grandmother's house from school, and she was like, she's on the phone. She's like, "What? Do you have something in your mouth, young man? I can't hear what you're saying." Like, if anybody that knows why he talks, like his words like really jumble. Like, I don't know. He probably did. He used to chew rocks. Like, Pun had a very hard life too. He used to live in abandoned buildings, he told me, and he would chew rocks like when he was hungry, just like to ease his hunger. So as a millionaire driving around in a Mercedes Benz, he literally would have rocks in the car, like out of habit, just like chew rocks. So I'm pretty sure he probably got rocks in his mouth. And I got on the phone. He's like, "Yo, what building you said you live in? You live in Castle Hill, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "What's your building?" I'm like, 2245. He's like, "Yo, come downstairs." So I go downstairs. And he was like, "You know how to braid?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Of course you're not a braid. All black girls know how to braid." He can call it. Okay. All black girls don't know how to braid, by the way. But so I get in the car and he had me do these braids in his head. So I'm like, "Where's you going with these braids?" He's like, "I got a video shoot. You want to come?" So I'm like, "Yeah." I'm just like, holy shit. Like, what am I doing here? Like, no one's gonna believe me. First I'm with Pun. He just went double platinum. Like, this Fat Joe is J-Lo. Like, he literally will call me every day, take me to the studio with him every day, gave me my own song on his album.
Stop it. That's enough. We gonna clip that right there. Okay, that was deep. That was deep because the sister definitely gave a whole lot of information in that segment right there. And I just want to talk about that right there. You know, first of all, I could tell very much that during this time she was young. Just from the things she said, she was very young. And I could tell that because she was still in school. And she going home to her grandmama's house. Okay, that's something she said. She said, "I was at my grandmother's house after school." So, as a grown-ass man, I'm looking at it from a perspective that she was very young and very impressionable. I mean, here's this guy pulling up, Mercedes Benz, double platinum. You know, I would say she was very young and very impressionable. You know, this is Big Pun, you know, grown-ass man, rest in peace, recording artist, Terror Squad, double platinum, pulling up in the Benz, you know, celebrity status. Yeah. Very impressionable. But as a father, as a man, I got several daughters. I got 6 daughters. As a father and as a man, I realized, from the little bit that she shared with us that she wasn't going home to a home with 2 parents, evidently. After school, she wasn't going home to a home with 2 parents. She was going to her grandmother's house after school. So, I'm assuming that, there wasn't a father and mother type of setting growing up in her childhood in those particular times, or maybe I'm wrong, but the story that she just narrated that, she can go to her grandmother's house, and pretty much at grandma's house, it looks like there wasn't too much of any rules and regulations. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because sometimes we try to take advantage of our grandparents and, stuff like that, but there didn't seem to be any real principles and any stipulations at grandma's house. I'm just saying from my professional perspective. And my perspective is professional. She was at grandma's house where she could get phone calls. Okay? She gave out grandma's number. The brother called the number. Grandma picked up the phone. So evidently she can get phone calls. And another thing I noticed, she could leave out the house. At grandma's house, she could leave out. Right there. Soon as somebody calls, she could leave. Ain't got to do no homework. She ain't said I had to stop, do homework. She said he called and grandma didn't understand what he was saying. And he called me, I told him where I lived. He pulled up, told me to come downstairs, and I came downstairs. I ain't asking grandma nothing. I'm just trying to put a little twist on it, but that's what it sounds like. It sounds like there wasn't too many stipulations and any rules and regulations at grandma's house where, you can give it that number out and people could pull up on you and you could just leave on out the house. What about your homework? You ain't gonna do no homework? Chill. So, from what we just heard, it's evident that we can assume, not assume, but, we can take from what was said to us that at grandma's house, you could basically leave out the house and jump in a car with a grown-ass man. You could jump in a car, leave out the house, don't do your homework with a grown-ass man who's speaking and she didn't really understand what the hell he was saying because you said, Remy, that he'd been chewing on rocks. And the possibility is that he was chewing on rocks when he was on the telephone trying to call you. But you went downstairs, you left out the house, and he pulled up in front of your building. You jumped in the car, you say. After he asked you, do you know how to braid? Now, it ain't really none of my business, but did you get paid for braiding? Because you said, yeah, you know how to braid. He told you jump in the car, so you started braiding his hair. Then he invited you out to the video shoot. Very simple. It's very simple. It's not going to take a rocket scientist to basically understand what the sister just broke down to you. She was young, going to school, elementary, whatever, gave out grandma's number. This brother pulled up in the Benz, double platinum, Latino, grown man, and picked her up. She braided his hair. He took her off to the video shoot. Listen. I'm just a father. I'm not a homie. I'm not a big brother. I'm not a cousin. I'm not an uncle. I'm a parent. I'm a father with 6, 7 daughters. With 6 sons. So I'm just having this conversation with y'all from a father who's been a father's perspective. Now, I'm not here to cast no suspicion, but there's just a lot of room for suspicion. Okay, I don't want to say nothing out of line. And I'm just not here to speculate. Let me stop, okay? I don't want to speculate. I don't want to speculate on nobody, okay? And I don't want to pass judgment on nobody. Because I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know what went on with that sister and that brother. And I'm not here to spread no damn allegations either. Stop looking at me like that. You looking at me like you trying to say, yo, what you trying to say, Wiz? Yo, Wiz, what you trying to say? I ain't trying to say nothing. I ain't trying to say nothing. But I am here to do one thing. Help you open up your imagination. Help you open up your imagination and the world of possibilities. Don't assume, but it's okay to imagine, to think about it, to ponder it. That's all I want to do. I just want to be here to spark your intelligence. Give you something to really think about. Think about it. You know the logo. Ain't nobody else here to do it for you. Ain't nobody else trying to charge your common sense. Ain't nobody else giving you other perspectives to look at or think about. I'm just here to inspire you. Yeah, I like that. Inspire you. Yeah. 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 I like that. You already know. It's the funk, baby.
Inspire you, so you can look inside of you.
To do what? And reach the higher you. Let's get it.
Brother, it's just you and me and our community. If we don't make a move, it ain't gonna be like it's supposed to be. The move, this is new to me, and I don't usually feed into the fuckery.
As long as it don't fuck with me.
Now niggas rhyming to these beats.
Oh,
fire when they beat.
Yeah.
Dying in the niggas lying in they cheeks in this sex industry between the necks, niggas.
Yeah.
You on a whole nother level.
This is what you get when you dance with the devil.
They call you rebel. Foot on the pedal.
Yeah.
And keep your trigger finger on the metal.
Boom.
Inspire you.
Yeah.
So you can look inside of you and reach the higher you.
Let's go, y'all.
Inspire.
That's all.
Inspire.
That's all.
Inspire.
So what?
So you can look inside of you.
I just want you to reach the higher you. Yeehaw! We in the studio, baby. Woo! You already know. The Funk's baby. Salute! FMW, baby. We live in the studio. Yeehaw! Oh, man, oh, man. Yeah, y'all. It's evident that Remy Ma became a member of Terror Squad as the only FBA woman in a Latino organization by way of Big Pun. Now I get the picture clearly. She met Big Pun first. Rest in peace, my brother. Is that safe to say? I mean, is that safe to say from her testament, from the video, from the audio we just heard, her speaking? Is it safe to say that she became a member of the Terror Squad organization by way of Big Pun? Is it safe to say that? Because like I said, I don't want Fat Joe trying to sue me. Yeah, but that's Fat Joe is whew, he's just been the topic of discussion. He's been the inspiration for this discussion today. You know, that's just one name I'm just getting sick and tired of hearing. I don't want to hear no more about Fat Joe unless he's done. That's it. Bring me some good news, not the same old news. We know about the legal lawsuit between Terrence Dixon, a.k.a. T.A. We all hearing about that. We all hearing about that. This brother was his ghostwriter and that Fat Joe like him young and all that kind of stuff. All these allegations allegedly. Let's not forget that, because you know why? Stop looking at me like that. I don't want Fat Joe to sue me. Listen, I'm just going to leave the rest of the story to your imagination. How about that? I ain't going to say no more. We not going to play no more audio or nothing. That right there said a lot. From the beginning. That's all we wanted to know. We got a mind. We got intelligence. We got common sense. You know, we just going to leave that right there. We're going to let your mind and let your imagination tell you that. This is just for the watchers and the viewers. You figure it out. I ain't gonna put no ideas in your head. We heard the testament of Remy Ma. You want to theorize about everything else. So, yo, what you see? How you see it? What's your imagination telling you? You got your own mind. You got your own thought process. I don't have to say a word. I don't want nobody to say I inspired nothing. I was insinuating something. I'm not making no allegations. I'm not making no insinuations. And I damn sure ain't making no estimations. Okay? We're just playing what Remy Ma said. Now it's up to you, my people, my fans, my viewers. It's up to you to use your own common sense. It's up to you, my brothers and sisters, to fill in the blanks. You got your own imagination. You got your own intelligence, and you know the world that we living in today. You can fill in the missing pieces on your own. You fill in the blanks because it ain't hard to tell. This is enough for me, man. I pretty much now have an idea of how Remy Ma became a member of Terror Squad. I pretty much got an idea now. You know, the wheels is turning, you know. I'm thinking about it, and yeah, I'm drawing some conclusions in my own mind right about now. It's my mind. It's my conclusions. It's my thought process. Leave me alone. I'm not one to gossip. I'm just here to spread the news and tell you the truths. But from now on, we gonna keep an eye on Fat Joe. And why's Remy Ma still hanging around? Like, again, is she what's her role? Is she an artist signed to Fat Joe? Again, there's been a lot of collaborations, a lot of features, and a lot of stuff like that, a lot of performances together, but is Remy Ma just a hype person? A trophy, a showcase? I mean, she is foundational Black American. And she is the only foundational Black American woman down with that whole movement. Just want y'all to pay attention to that, man. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but Remy Ma, you a slave? No, I'm just joking. I'm just saying, though. Seems like this brother got a hold on you, man. I mean, Papoose didn't even have a hold on you like Fat Joe do. Oh, hell nah! You should have never said that. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace. Sign. Lord.